Alright YouTube, so here's where the current rendition of it is. The engine is in the car. The dash is halfway in the car, not quite. We're just going to leave it kind of loose in case there's some wiring issues. If you do have an I-wire car, you do have to run this wire. It's just a 1-pin connector. I ran it under the seat. To here. And in a Legacy, pretty sure you're supposed to tee this in. My friend Zane did this and I'm pretty sure he fucked it up, but that's okay. It does go to this black wire though. It's this big black wire right here. That side of the connector. So I'm pretty sure you're supposed to tee it in though. I don't know why he cut it all the way. Actually, I don't think it'll matter because it's just power from the fuel control. So that'll be pretty hip. You get to see I have my wastegate plumbed up. This is just a temporary setup. It's not going to be permanent. So that looks pretty trick right there. And then here's the intercooler that I'm running. I could put it on real fast, but I'm not going to make an edited video, so I'm not going to do that and punish you guys. I'll probably wait until it's running because it makes it look more sick. If you want to know how to use a naturally aspirated radiator on a turbocharged engine, basically what you do, and it's easier than you think, is you realize that the hose you have is way too big because you just found it on the shop floor. It's not, this blue ugly ass hose is not going to stay here. Like all these stretched wires and all this stuff, this is just, I mean, most of it's mock-up. We're not even sure how things are going to be ran. You notice grommets aren't even in place or anything like that. I have all the grommets. I still have to cut and merge some of these I still have to cut and do a lot of the harness resizing and stuff like that. But basically what you do for the NA radiator with the turbo engine, okay, you take this little spot out. I just took it to a grinder, and what that does is that allows this high pressure to run back into the radiator because it doesn't need this bypass because it has a bypass, or it's not really well, it is a bypass. It's a pressure bypass. It uses this one right here off of the turbo one, and this one actually releases that higher temperature, so you're going to use this one instead. This one will just run back through the radiator. So if you're wondering about cooling, if it's going to be enough, I have no idea. I'm going to find out. It should, because this is very similar to the radiators in the naturally aspirated ones. Like the core is the same, they're not really any thicker. So they shouldn't have really too many issues, but we also had to make some clearance modifications, as you can see. And by clearance, I mean I cut the shit out of my hood just with like an angle grinder because, you know, fuck life. And that was so it would clear the coolant reservoir. It's very possible that if you had like plenum spacers, that this would hit on the hood as well. But you could just grind down these parts if you needed to do that. So yeah, like see this won't be here. All that will be all pretty and hidden and stuff. But yeah, it uses the Legacy fuse box, and she's looking pretty together at this point. At least I think. It's starting to look like a car again. I took these nasty seats out. These are just terrible, terrible seats. And just kidding, I got these seats right here. They're just a couple leather seats. I'm going to convert it to a regular, just over-the-shoulder style seat belt instead of having the automatics because, one, they're heavier, and two, mine are broken, so need to get that fixed. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the night. Tomorrow I'm going to show flashing the ECU with the access port, and then it's starting. I'd like to get it to a driving point. Whether or not I'm going to get it so I can drive it around or not is really dependent on a couple things. One is a lot of this stuff I'm not going to leave on it. This, I will not drive this around like this. This is purely just for startup. I just want to see if it'll start. I'm going to go buy more hose tomorrow. Make sure everything fits. I want to buy some OEM clamps because I don't like the cheese graters. There's a cheese grater, there's an OEM clamp. I want to leave them all OEM. I still have to figure out an oil catch can for my valve cover vents. But just for startup, this is fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it.